everybody. So I decided to do a at-home practice today for restorative yoga because I think that we all could use that after the snow/slush cleanup. So put your shovels away and let's get a few different props to restore, renew, relax, recharge our bodies and minds. So all you'll need is a blanket, an eye pillow, and if you don't have an eye pillow, it's okay, just use a little hand towel. We're working with what we have. And either a couch pillow, not too thick, you want it a little flat, in case you want to support your head. Okay? And just set your props off to the side for a moment. You could use your blankets to come to sit up on. And just relax your hands in your lap. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, just close your eyes and settle in. So we're going live and I'll be checking in to see if anyone comments with any questions, or if you could just let me know that you are seeing the video. I'll check in and comment right along with you. So if you have some relaxing music that you want to turn on in the background, go right ahead. Not too loud, set it nice and low, just for a little background music. Good. I'm resting your hands in your lap, and I'm going to suggest you turn your palms down. All right, there I am. Oh, I can see everything. Good. So we're going to take 5 rounds of slow, smooth, full, without forced breaths. So exhale completely. Good. Now breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. And breathe out. As you breathe in, feel the belly. Feel the ribs expand wide and the chest lifts as if you could rise through the crown of your head. Good. And then as you breathe out, feel the breath draw down the length of your body. Feel the weight of your hips and your thighs relax and root down like a tree. Good. 2 more rounds like that. Breathe in for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more time. Count to yourselves. In for 5. And out. There you go. And now start to fly your eyes open. Just bringing the room back into focus so that you could take a look and see how we're going to set up our first posture. So find that blanket, and I'm going to ask you to open your blanket into a 2-fold. It'll look something like this. Good. And now you're going to roll from one end of your blanket to the other, a little bolster. You're going to make yourself a little bolster out of your homemade blankets or home props. Good. So rolling the blanket nice and slow from one end to the other. Make sure it's nice and smooth, there's not too many bunches, and it's a nice round shape. Great. Now you're going to take that bolster that you've just made and line it on your mat, from the center of the mat toward the head of your mat. Good. And then let's come to sit in front of that little bolster. When you sit here, you want to line up your lower back and the edge of your blanket. You can sit with your legs crossed, or for a little deeper hip opener, you can bring the bottom soles of your feet together. And then you're going to relax. Just lie down over the roll of your blanket. And hopefully nearby you have either your eye pillow or your hand towel. And you're going to place that hand towel right across your eyes. Just closing out any light. Let your arms open out to the side, the palms facing up. Just some other options with the legs if this hip opener is too deep for you. You can always point the knees straight up, keeping your feet hip width apart. And just feel those shoulder blades draping over the roll of your blanket. As you enter the pose, take a deep breath in through your nose. Now open your mouth and sigh it out. Just let yourself go. And just be held. And observe a few rounds of unaltered breath. Watch the ordinary flow as it comes and goes through the tips of your nose. Slow, smooth breath. Your inhales are cool. Your exhales might feel warm. You might notice how your skin just gently stretches when you breathe in. And everything seems to soften a little closer to the earth as you breathe out. And do a little scan of your body from the crown of your head right down to the edges of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Notice if there's any area that feels a little tense. And try to soften, relax that area as you exhale. So I am using a little influence from one of the many books that I own by Thich Nhat Hanh, Buddhist Zen master. And we'll be working with the mantra of be here now. In the here, in the now. Breathing in, repeat. In the here, in the now. And as you breathe out, repeat. In the here, in the now. Allow these words to fill your mind. With each breath in, be here. With each breath out, now. And this mantra allows you to recognize that you are here. The time is now. There's nowhere else you need to be, just relaxing here. Letting yourselves be held for a few moments by the support of your blanket. For the last few rounds of breath, I'll ask for you to extend your exhale slightly. So breathe in slow, smooth, and full, counting maybe 4 or 5 counts in. And as you exhale, let the breath be slightly longer, for 5 or 6 counts out. Breathing in, slow, smooth, and full. And breathing out. And one more breath, just like that. Good, readying yourself for some movement. Bring some movement into your fingertips. Use your hands to guide your legs back together, knees pointing up toward the ceiling if they're not already. You're going to start to roll to one side and press your way up just about halfway. Split yourself, remain calm, not moving too fast. And take your roll of that blanket and now place it across the mat. So it's at the top edge of your mat, but not quite to the very edge, leaving some room for your head and your shoulders. Have a pillow nearby in case your neck needs some extra support. And don't forget your little eye pillow or hand towel. So sitting in front of your roll, allow for some distance. The idea is that when you lie over this roll, you want to support your upper back. So the roll lines up at the bottom of your shoulder blades so that the heads of your shoulders can drape over along with the arms, just like this. And align your arms right over the edge. And you can keep your feet grounded here, hip width apart, knees pointing up. And finding your little eye pillow once again and placing it across your eyes. And if you're feeling any discomfort in the neck, take that flat pillow and place it underneath your head and neck. And as we enter each pose, you'll enter the same way. Once you feel settled, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth side out, let yourselves relax into the pose. And then just watch, exploring a few rounds of ordinary breath as they come and go in and out of the tip of your nose. And be here as you breathe in. Now, as you breathe out. I'm trying to resist the urge to attach to any external thoughts or distraction. If you hear a sound, that's okay, just let it pass you by. I'm thinking about clouds. Those are your thoughts. The sky is your mind. So allow the clouds to just gently pass by as you rest and loosen your grips on any distractions. Bringing your awareness to all the muscles in your face. And just notice if you're clenching in the jaw, or the lips are closed tightly, maybe you can soften all the muscles of your face. Your eyes deep within the eye sockets, relaxed. And I see some of my yoga students and friends joining us today. Hi Vicki, Hope, Diane, Kim. And just letting me know, making sure that you can hear me. And no worries if you just tuned in. This Facebook Live video will be available for you at any time you need today. Notice how the space across your chest is starting to open. The weight of your shoulders are starting to relax a little more. And softening the weight of the shoulders into the support of the earth and your props. Good, and for these last 3 rounds of breath, we'll go back to long enough breathing, where your exhales are slightly longer than your inhale. So count the length of your breath in, maybe 4 or 5 counts in. And then let your exhales be about 5 or 6 counts out. Slow, smooth breath in and out. Very nice. One more round, just like that. Okay. So to ready yourself for movement here from this pose, I'll have you turn your knees toward the side, and taking your arm up and over, pressing down into the mat, and just round your way up nice and slow. Good. Coming to sit now on your right side. And you're going to line the blanket underneath the breastbone line on your right side. So reaching your arm up, slowly over the edge of the roll. And keep your arm long with your palm facing up. And then try to stack your body. So your shoulders and your hips, your knees and your ankles are stacked. And just rest your head and your right arm. Good, and try to balance yourselves. If you'd like, you could take your left arm over your ear, maybe even holding on to that wrist with your right hand, and giving it just a gentle tug. I'm feeling the side body long. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Let the ground hold you up. And you could remain here with the legs and arms like a pencil, or you could take your top leg forward about a foot and stretch your bottom leg behind you about a foot. So it's like a scissor. Just notice that nice open stretch along the left side of your bodies. And you could stay just as you are, or if you prefer, you could start leaning back just a bit through the upper body. So your head ends up coming to the floor now. There's a bit of a twist. Nice stretch. And if that feels too active for you, you just go back where you were. And stacking your body, maybe even putting a little bend in your knees if that feels more stable. Nowhere to go, nothing else to be doing but relaxing, renewing, and allowing yourselves to be in the here and the now. Breathe in here, breathe out now. You might notice that your breath is getting just a little bit deeper on its own, not as much effort. That's due to all the upper body opening through these restorative poses. Enjoy the newfound space. Very nice. 3 last breaths here with the exhale slightly longer than your inhale. Slow, smooth breath in. Feel the breath rise through that left side of your body. And then allow yourselves to extend the exhale, feeling the breath draw down the length of the left side of your body. Very good. Now to come out of the pose, start to straighten your legs again if your legs are scissored, bending both of your knees. Take your top arm and just place it on top of that roll. Press down gently and rise up to sit. Cross your ankles, rest your hands in your lap. And this is a great time to just observe any newfound space, pausing between sides. So no need to move or deepen your breath, just observe. Notice how that underside of the body feels. Perhaps just a little bit different than the other. Good. Without too much fuss, find that roll and just take it to the other side of your mat. The same amount of distance. We're just going to do the same stretch on the other side, evening you out. So come to sit on your left hip now with your knees facing forward. And this time the left arm is going to stretch all the way up and over your roll. Again, lining up the roll beneath the breast line. Stack your legs. Turn your palm up. And when you're ready, reach that right arm over your ear. Maybe you take a hold of the wrist with your left hand. Breathing into the stretch and the arch in the body. And you can keep your knees slightly bent. You can keep them straight down like a pencil, or that top leg moves forward about a foot and the bottom leg moves behind you. You get a little bit more sensation with that variation. So just work with your breath. Notice if you have any more space, or perhaps you're fully content right here. Breathe in and out. If you did so before, you could do the gentle lean back, letting your shoulders fall toward the floor behind you. The chest points up slightly, and the head rests to the floor. Really feeling the expansion of your ribs as you breathe in and out, slow, smooth, and fully, without force. Just a few more breaths here in this side body stretch. I'm refreshing my page to see who's joining us today. Kind of like refreshing our minds and bodies through the restorative practice. Good. We're going to make our way out of the side body stretch. So if you have your legs scissored open, start to draw them back together. A little bend in the knees. You're going to take the top arm and just bring that hand to your roll. And again, guide your way up nice and slow. And coming to sit. And again, observe any newfound space. Notice the quality of your breathing. And the state of your mind. I hope you're enjoying the practice so far. We're going to change the use of the blanket now. So grab your bolster, roll, and unroll the blanket. And we started with a two-fold, so now you're going to fold that blanket one more time, from edge to edge. And smooth things out so that it's nice and comfortable when you use this as a prop. So I have many influences with restorative yoga teacher, one being Judith Lassiter and Cindy Lee. And I always remember Judith Lassiter saying the setup of your props is part of the yoga practice. So if you treat them gently, it's a reminder of this gentle practice. But if you throw them around, maybe it's setting a different tone. She might have said that a little bit more gracefully, but I think you get the message. So take your edge of your folded blanket and start to roll the blanket about halfway down so that you have a little bolster and a nice flat spot. You're going to take this behind you. So set it up on your mat and just come to sit on the flat edge of the blanket. So it's like a little seat that you're sitting on. And you want to grab a hold of that roll. There you go. So I know this takes a little bit of time, so don't rush. Be patient and really fuss a little bit, making sure that you set it up correctly and it's not bunching. Hold on to your roll, keep your knees bent, hip width apart, and lower down real slow. Nice and easy to the mat. Your lower part of your back, which is probably the part of your body that's feeling shoveling the most, will definitely respond to that stretch. Although the roll is not very high, you should feel a significant amount of opening happening here. And if for some reason that feels too high, you could always come on up and unroll the blanket to a perfect size that's just right for you. Good. And then if you have your pillow, you could place your pillow underneath your head and neck if you need more support. Now I'm going to find my eye pillow and place that eye pillow over my eyes, closing out the light, enjoying that lower back stretch. Again, the palms are open toward the ceiling, and the arms on a little angle. Feel the weight of your shoulders relaxing. Soften through your belly and ribs. And breathe into the sensation. Take that deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouths and sigh it out. Observing a few rounds of ordinary breath first. And then once you have a nice connection to the ordinary flow of your breath, begin to extend it slowly and gradually. Feeling the breath expand through the body. From the deepest layer all the way out to the edges of your skin. Just remembering that wherever we are, there are forms of distractions. So just let those distractions come and go. Again, just like the clouds in the sky. Come back to your ordinary breath. Notice how your lower back has relaxed a little bit more with the support of that blanket. Good. Last 3 rounds of breath in this particular posture. So again, working with long in the breath. The exhales are slightly longer than your inhale. And then after you're done with that 3rd round of extending your exhales, take your hands to your rolled blanket. So just grab a hold of the edges and firmly plant your feet to the floor. So rooting down into the soles of your feet, you lift your hips up and start to roll your blanket all the way to its edge now, and then draw the blanket closer so that you could rest your hips across the bolster. So your sacrum, that's the triangular bone at the base of your spine, you want that to be supported by the roll of your blanket. And you can keep your knees pointing up just as they are. And I'm going to give you just a couple of options layering on in this pose. So you can stay here, or if you'd like, You could try other variations. And I know some of you who practice with me often enjoy these variations. So you could take your arms over your head and just hold on to your opposite elbows or forearms, really relaxing your head and your necks. And enjoy a couple of rounds of breath like this. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh that out. And if you'd like to use your eye pillows or your hand towels again, just take your time, draping that over your eyes. Good, now extend one leg down the length of your mat and just notice how that changes the posture just a little bit. You'll feel the top hip flexor, the hip bone, the lower belly on that side, getting just a little bit more of a stretch. And if that brings you any discomfort, you could just bend the knee again and keep both feet flat. We're going to take 3 breaths on this side with one leg extended, relaxing from the crown of your head right down to the tips of those toes. Inhale, be here. Exhale now. Feels so good. Okay, now bend that leg, bringing both feet flat to the mat one more time. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, extend the other leg. And just notice how that side feels. Breathing into wherever you feel sensation the most in the body. Let the mind stay present in the here and the now with the breath, creating space. It's like a gentle massage of your body just by breathing mindfully. Enjoying the peace and the quiet. The mind starts to wander often when you're in complete silence, and that's natural. So that's okay, just relax. Refocusing, just like meditation, bring your awareness back into the breath. Repeating, be here, now. If you're anything like me, at home on a snow day, with the kids home from school, there's always going to be sounds around you. That's natural. It's okay. Just let the world continue to move on as you rest and relax. So now, if you'd like, you could straighten both of your legs, creating a little bit deeper bend. And if that feels just too deep for you, please go ahead and bend your knees again. Bring the soles of your feet flat. We're going to take 3 more breaths, just like this. Slow breath in. Letting the exhale be slightly longer. Out. Good. Let's all bend the knees now. Bring your feet flat to the floor. Moving slow. Nowhere to rush to. Bring your hands again to the roll that you created with your blankets. And then press firmly into the soles of your feet. So I advise you give a little bit of hugging in of the glutes and the hips to transition now that your back's been so relaxed. So rise on your inhale, nice and slow. And then take your roll and draw it forward. You can even use your feet if you need to, because you want to bring that roll to where your knees are. And then let the soles of your feet touch. And the support of your blanket can support your thighs. Little hip opener again. If your lower back feels any discomfort here, you might want to bend your knees, lift your seat, just lengthen your back by taking your hands to your lower back and draw. If you haven't already, place your eye pillows again on your eyes. Remaining here and being held. If you have an extra blanket nearby and you're starting to feel a little cool, you can always cover up. So this practice of restorative yoga, quite healing and necessary. We all need to take some time to tend to ourselves, to tune in to our natural state. And restorative yoga returns us to that natural state of peace and ease. I'll have you guide your knees straight toward the ceiling. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, extend your legs over the roll. So now the knees are supported by that same blanket. If you'd like a little support for your head, you just find the blanket or the pillow, pardon me, and place that pillow underneath your head and neck. Be here. Now. As you remain as you are, I'm just going to share with you one of my favorite poems. This poem is written by Dana Falls. It's entitled, Just for Now. Just for now, without asking how, let yourself sink into the stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight you so patiently bear upon your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you. The infinite expanse of the sky grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience. Breathe out whatever blocks you from the truth. And just for now, be boundless, free. Awakened energy tingling in your hands and your feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are. So fully alive that when you open your eyes, the world looks different, newly born and vibrant. Just for now. Bring your awareness back into the room. And notice your ordinary breath. Gradually deepening your breath. Feeling full as you breathe in. And grounded as you breathe out. Let the thumb just graze across the tip of each finger. And then slowly wiggle your toes. could turn your head a little bit from side to side as you breathe in one way. As you breathe out the other way. And from this lying down position, go ahead now and bend your knees. Don't worry so much about your eye pillow. You could just let it drop off the face as you roll to one side. And I'll have you roll onto your right side. And just pause in a fetal position. And take that top hand to the ground. On your inhale, slowly press your way up. And coming to sit tall. Finding our way right back where we began. And sit up on the edge of your blanket roll or pillow. And rest your hands in your lap. Bring the hands together in front of your heart. A little bow of your head, honoring yourself. The practice of restorative yoga, creating space, setting up the causes and conditions that's necessary for us to maintain peace, ease, and happiness. Together as one, we'll seal this practice with the sound of a gentle Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Repeating these 3 self-affirmations and mantras to yourself. I am peace. I am love. I am happiness. Namaste. Thank you for joining me live this evening on our snow day. I love you all, and I am sending peace, love, and happiness your way.